Yeah, James, I've been on the front line of all this. I look after 10 pubs in London, and I mean, the hospitality industry has been hit so hard lately. What is next? First of all, they changed our licensing back to 10 o'clock, which we dealt with. Across the board, we've spent £75,000 on making all our pubs COVID safe. Shielding, staff training, everything. I think the government should be really more focused on keeping the airports closed and getting everybody in the country vaccinated, first of all, before they put more restrictions on the pubs. Also, people seem to forget that,
It's not. I mean, you preempted the other thing I was toying with the idea of talking about at 10 o'clock. No, it's not a criticism. It's just a coincidence, because there is a weird sense with the success of the vaccines that the suggestion a year ago that we should be like Australia and batten down the hatches and not let anybody in or out now seems to be gathering more momentum. And we were getting shot down in flames for saying that a year ago. Absolutely impossible. Don't you understand population, demographics and density? But now, apparently, it suddenly makes sense. So that's a conversation for another day. So you're seeing it as a choice between passports or no passports. You're not seeing it as a choice between passports or no pubs.
Yeah, exactly. Look, people that come into our pubs, they automatically have to sign in. They have to use the NHS app. The older generation are the ones that are really getting affected right now. The people who don't have families, who use the pubs as a socialising platform, they really are the people that are being affected right now.
But you're not talking to me about infectiousness, are you? You're talking to me about customer service almost, or about customer welfare in the context of it being passed from one human being to another. The less we mix, the less we infect each other. The less we infect each other, the less we die. Times by vaccines, which make the likelihood of death much, much smaller. If you want to reopen your pub, you don't want unvaccinated people in there, surely.
But James, then surely, why should people be allowed to walk into supermarkets which have thousands of people without...
Because if they don't buy food, they'll starve to death, Kenny.
Yeah, true, I guess, yeah.
Oh, that was a bit of a zinger. I wasn't expecting that one to land quite so effectively.
The quicker we get people vaccinated, the quicker we can open the pubs, I guess, really, isn't it? But
I think it is, yes, I do. That's the point. But I don't want to tell you to suck it up, but I can't see... I can't really see the defence that would involve saying let's have loads of pubs full of unvaccinated people. You put it like that, it sounds bonkers.
I know. I guess they've got to look at every other aspect as well, because the hospitality industry just keeps being the one that keeps getting hammered. The amount of businesses that are not going to reopen, the amount of people who I know, I've been in the industry for 15 years, who've not only lost their pubs but their homes because of all of this,
Yeah, I do, and that's the problem, isn't it? It's not binary. We're so used to having binary conversations. What side are you on? Yes or no? In or out? Shake it all about. Yeah. But you're everything. Nothing you've said is untrue. But that simple question of whether or not it would be wise, I guess you could bring the utilitarianism into it. What's better, having another rise in infections, which would almost certainly happen if unvaccinated people were mingling en masse in pubs? It did last time, I think. Or the business is going under. The difference between survival and not surviving. I don't know. That's why we're having the phone in.